Hello and welcome to an episode of Coog Cinema Reviews. I'm Charlotte Russell.
I'm Megan Gates.
And I'm Nadiya Reed.
And today we will be reviewing Mean Girls, the musical.
You could be really hot if you change, like, everything.
I'm gonna be honest, when I first heard of a reboot, I was like, oh, brother.
Really?
Yeah, because there's so many reboots going on
Yeah, that's
nowadays. I was just like, but then I saw that there was gonna be like a musical too, and I was like, oh, they're making a musical, like a live action thing. I was like, okay, this could be interesting. Like, this could be different.
I have a hot take. I love remakes. Not necessarily because I expect them to be good, but I know how to have fun, I think. And I think that the fact that it was a musical definitely added a good touch. I feel like if they just remade it, it would have been boring. But I think it made it a fun watch, like,
Oh yeah,
with a modern twist.
I think I'm the opposite of you.
Really?
Actually. Like, okay, I have nothing against remakes. I've seen really good remakes. I think they're great. This one in particular, I was like, oh, all right. Because the original movie was already so good.
That's very true.
The Mean Girls like Broadway musical already had a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, we're copying a huge, really good movie, and then trying to do both those things at once was kind of like
That's true.
difficult.
That's
They were
true.
like, oh, it's a movie, but also like Broadway, and it's just really difficult to like try and match.
Live
both
up
of
to
those.
that hype
Yeah,
of both.
exactly. Yeah.
Because you have to like combine the elements of like a movie where it's all in the face, but also a musical where it's also like in the body.
And that was my biggest thing, because I feel like the casting, when I first looked at the people who were like the big stars of it, Renee Rapp, like of course she was in the Broadway, right? So she has good acting skills, obviously, but like they casted for singing. I don't think that they really casted for the sake of a lot of acting in some cases. Like a lot of the actors only had one or the other, in my opinion.
I do agree that some of the casting, I was like, why did you cast this person? Like, especially people that like in a movie musical don't sing as much, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
understand if like they don't have to sing as much in this, but you know, like they understand the musical energy that you're
Yeah.
supposed to bring.
Oh, yeah.
The casting that they had for Katie, I don't know, she didn't really sell it to me. And she was supposed to be, opening up with the stupid with love. I don't know,
Yeah,
she didn't give
no,
me
I
it.
mean,
I
that
wasn't
song,
hooked.
I was out of it. I was okay.
I was like, oh, it's like, oh, that's not.
And it was no emotion there either. She was like, and I'm stupid with love. I wanna get it. I wanna get it. And I'm like, do you really wanna get it? I can't really tell. So like, I get it. I wanna get it. I get it.
Dance break.
I would say my favorite song / probably scene character, it's Renee Rapp, or Regina, of course. Someone Gets Hurt, that song, it's so good. Like I literally, that's when I was like, okay, this movie's fine. Like I was like, this movie's horrible. And then
We're like halfway in.
We're like halfway into it.
I got to that song and I was like, okay, fine. Well, actually, Sexy was before that, so I like Sexy too. But like, it was like Sexy to like, I'd Rather Be Me, where I was like, okay, it was saved a little bit. And then Regina George, just because she played on Broadway, and it's like she obviously knows that role, and it was so beautiful. And then I guess like the Halloween scene in general was my favorite.
Yeah, that was nice.
I'd say my favorite song was World Burn. Favorite song / scene, because I think the cinematography in World Burn was so well done. Like when the camera was like spinning, I was like, okay, y'all ate with that one. But I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, how she sung it was really good. But my favorite character too, I would say was Karen, because I feel like she was over the top. But for a movie like this, I think it worked really well.
Yeah.
Because you have to combine those elements of like a movie and a musical. So I think having that like looking off to space, like drinking soda out your nose, like I thought all that stuff really made sense, and that's why I liked Karen as a whole.
I have to agree with you, because I think Karen is my favorite because she was one of the only ones who was like really theatrical.
Oh yeah.
Like it made me think
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like this is a musical. So like Karen is my favorite, and I think that the best casting happens when it's blind casting. Like when they're not too worried about like trying to make the character look like who played her originally, and I think that that's why it worked. I also like Damien too, and I think that might be why too, because you know how people get when the casting is kind of different when a certain demographic changes. In a movie, they're like, but why did it change? But I thought that it worked.
No, he was great.
It made sense to me, so I think that those two were a favorite. Sexy is my favorite. I don't know. I love how it started with the TikTok, because it kind of worked really well with in the musical when Karen like started over.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, I love that.
Halloween, and world peace.
Like, she was so
it's
cute
like,
with it.
Over. And then, like, I thought that was a cute touch. I don't like how it transitioned to the party. I think that they had some really cool transitions with that.
No, the sexy dance break.
No, that was
She killed that. She killed that.
People online were like, this was horrible. I was like, I really liked that scene.
Yeah.
It was so nice, and I do love Karen as like a character in general. Like, she was so good, and like that whole scene I think was really good. And the line change, I was like, watch me as I run the world
instead of I intend to.
Yes, I was like, yeah,
that's modern feminism talking.
Yeah,
that's really modern feminism.
It really. I think the people who had a big issue with like over the top characters are people who aren't really into musicals. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's an element that you really have to consider when going into something that's going to be, you're going to be singing like 50% of the time. So it's like, you kind of have to take that into account. So I think that's why people were like, being haters a little bit.
But also, they're probably the same people who went into it not realizing it was a musical.
Yeah.
They're probably the same people who
I have a bone to pick with that too, because honestly, up until like the final trailer, I think it's like a 2-minute trailer, I was watching a YouTube video and it came up. Like the ad, I was like, okay, let me watch it. And I'm like, wait, this is a musical? Because any other commercial that I had just like seen didn't really advertise it as a musical. So I guess like I can kind of understand, you know, if people were just like, oh, it's a new Mean Girls movie coming out. They didn't really advertise it as such up until the very end. At least I don't think so. There were some points where I felt like it felt like one big music video though. Like, I think they cut out a lot of important scenes to add like more singing and stuff. Like some of the stuff like the when Regina found out that Katie was actually like double timing, like they glossed all of that over with Janet's song. So it's like it did feel like one big music video in some parts. But I don't know. I appreciated the ones who could sing, they could sing, and the ones who couldn't.
But I also did not like the fact that like they cut out the Katie and Aaron duet. That was so important to the
That's
to
because
the movie.
Chris Brady can't sing, apparently.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. He gave up the role. He was like, oh, I can't sing. But they're like, no, you can come on. It's okay.
Yeah,
no.
It's like
He should have stood on business. That's just me,
Yeah.
though. He did not stand on business enough for me.
Because that song in the musical is so like good and it's so heartfelt.
It's really
and it goes into like the ending song, and I was just like, it's a really good song. And
I was gonna say that next. I felt like in the musical, maybe it was the lack of emotion in a lot of the songs, but like musicals are supposed to elevate the story, right? Like show a different perspective. We already don't have Katie's inner monologue, so like we're kind of going in like we don't really know we don't know how she's feeling, but like that was a big factor, right?
Yeah.
So like the songs are supposed to convey like different perspectives and stuff like that, but like the songs kind of just felt like, okay, we're acting, pause. Okay, it's time to sing. And it didn't feel like it really contributed anything story-wise. So like, and then the songs that did kind of like add some elevation, they're not in it, or they just weren't really performed like they mattered.
Because the whole thing about Mean Girls is Katie goes into this new school not knowing anything, so we're in her monologue as she doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like she's navigating this through. We're going through it with her, and not having the narration there, it really takes away a key point in the story. And I really hate that they did that.
And that's one of the best parts about the original movie for me. Like because she's like going through like what a lot of people in high school like think about. It's like, oh, I need to like fit in, I need to be perfect. And musical theater is such a great way to do that.
Yeah.
Like you can literally have people sing their thoughts on stage,
right? And
it's fine. But they just stripped that all away, and then they added a new song. That new song. How did you guys feel about the new song? Like, what if, whatever it was in the beginning?
No.
Yeah, right. It's like,
no.
Well, it was.
No.
I didn't like it at all. Especially because that song in the musical is so good.
And I think
why'd you get rid of it?
This movie ended up being like 20 minutes longer than the original. And I still felt so confused after, like, if I didn't know the original plot of Mean Girls, like, maybe I wouldn't be like, oh, but where's this? Where's this? But, like, I don't know. It just, everything was very glossed over with songs. I'm like, the songs didn't contribute anything. So now it's just confusing.
Yeah.
You know, and in a way, this is like the new generation's, they're probably not, like, kids, like, years and years from now, they're not going to watch the 2004, like, Mean Girls. They're going to watch this one. You know, so it's like, we need those plot points to be in the movie so people can still get it.
Yeah.
The people now, like, we get it. Like, we know what's happening because we've watched the other one. But, like, imagine people who are, like, you know, teenage girls 10, 20 years from now, they're like, wait, so that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, because so now you have, like, so really, because you know how the musical, they already had the standard of the movie musical had a double standard of, like, the musical and the movie on top of it, because you're catering to really both audiences. And that's why it's like, I feel like with the directors, I feel like it was hard for them to be able to pull both off. Because I feel like with the whole movie as a whole, they were trying to create the movie with just sprinkles of the musical in there.
Why is Regina wearing Doc Martens? Why is she wearing...
That's another thing. Why are they wearing Shein clothes? That's all that made me so mad.
Corset tops and cargo pants. Like, that's not what... That's not...
Even like when they even their first introduction, Regina would never wear a leather jacket with black leather pants. At least like not like that. Like I don't know.
And I get that it's a modern take. But she,
like,
no matter what era, Regina would not be caught dead.
Exactly.
And it infuriates.
Wearing Rue 21 clothes.
No, because
Like, why would you do that to her? Like, why would you do that to her?
Renee Rapp is such a good, intimidating Regina. Like when she I was like, ooh, I'm scared. Like I'm scared through the screen. And then you look at her shoes and you're like, never mind, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. So it's like little small like elements I feel like they glossed over or like thought didn't matter. Because like, come on, costumes mean, at least for the plastics. Because I feel like they shaped a big, like, they contribute a lot to fashion. Like,
Oh, no, for sure.
You know, like
for sure.
Mean
Yeah.
Girls, Legally Blonde, Clueless, like all of those were such big staples in fashion. How could you intentionally like just like push it to the side?
Exactly. Like I feel like they just didn't think about it that much, and that might have been because like they didn't have that big of a budget. Because we all saw like the product placement in it and how it was just so
Regina
obvious.
would never wear Elf. She would never wear Elf, and I stand by that. She would never do.
Yeah, she would.
Never.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
She better than me.
And
But yeah.
The only thing that I think they got right, or I thought was really cool, was the angel costume.
Oh yeah.
I
The
love
angel
that was
costume
my
was
favorite
really
costume.
cute. I think that was very smart because it presents her as like, oh, she's so pretty and like angelic, but she's actually not that.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty clever. That's it.
And I can.
That's it.
And also, they had some really cute Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah, that was
they
cute.
had some really cute Easter eggs because Lindsay Lohan was in the little
Mathletes.
yeah, she was in that.
That was cool.
Also, I think when the plastics were looking through like Halloween costumes, did Karen hold up a shirt that had the like boobs cut out? Like,
guess
Yeah,
she
yeah,
did.
the, like, they
yeah.
have the original. So like, they were trying
Yeah,
a little
it was
bit. Like they
cute.
kind of ate that little one thing. The principal and the teacher.
Yeah, Tina Fey and
Yeah.
I don't know the other guy's name.
Principal Duvall.
Yeah,
Principal Duvall.
yeah.
There was a scene where it was a picture of him from the original movie in the back, and he was like, I was like, it was really cool.
That's
Like,
cute,
yeah,
that's
it was
cool.
like-
Good,
It was
yeah.
some things, and I'm like, okay, they paid, you know, a good homage to like certain parts, but I don't know, part of it just felt a little lazy.
Yeah, it was just like
Let's sprinkle this in there so they can eat that up. Yeah.
yeah, it was like let's make a movie. Like,
Yeah.
just to make a movie.
Wait, was that Tweaker or was Becca Stallion in it too?
She had a little
She
cameo.
had okay, I saw her on the screen. I was like, is it?
She had a little cameo.
I was
She
like, I know that who I think it is.
when Regina was like was she trending or something?
She was trending, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's cute.
Look, they knew exactly what to do to reel people in to watch it, but they know that people don't have to fully enjoy it because like once they got our
Yeah,
money,
it's like you bought the tickets.
yeah. So
Like, enjoy.
here's your 2-second clip of
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, of course, if Megan Thee Stallion's in a movie, I'm gonna go see.
Oh no, I'm sad front row.
Obviously,
I'm sad. Like, I'm sad.
they have my money, you know. So, what's another thing? Another thing I have like to nitpick about was their use of technology. There was not any mall scenes, right? Like Janice didn't work at the mall. Like they didn't go like shopping really, like stuff like that. So like, I guess all the gossiping and stuff was like supposed to be done online. Why was TikTok their primary source of like gossip?
Yeah.
You know, I thought okay, so like the 3-way calls, they were iconic because that's how they found out who was spilling tea on who.
I hate that
Yeah.
wasn't
There was
there.
no
I hate
video
that they
call.
cut that.
Even
Yeah.
done that was like a FaceTime.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, why
FaceTime
didn't
call,
they
that
have
would have been
that?
smart.
Or like
Or-
even a
that
Zoom
would've been
meeting.
smart.
Or I just feel like they could have utilized like private stories on Insta, like
Or like close friends.
Yes,
Friends.
why didn't Regina
That-
have a Finsta account? I feel like she should have had a Finsta or something. It's like I don't know if Katie made one and like she was talking bad about Regina and then
And like someone like screenshotted it and sent it to
or
Regina.
something.
That would have been smart.
Like
That would've been
using
such a good
TikTok
addition.
as a primary source of like I don't know. They made Regina seem like she was viral outside of school, but like we never saw her have a social media presence, so I really don't know. But like, let's be honest, if I was in high school and like something like was going on, like a certain trend was going on in my high school, I'm not gonna post about it on TikTok. If anything, it's
no.
probably like something that goes on within like your school's Instagram or your,
yeah, or
your
like in the comments or
or
something.
yeah, but like every time like Regina, like I'm not no on
Yeah.
TikTok. So like I thought that was weird. I thought they could have utilized maybe a group FaceTime, maybe a little. I wanted to see a
FaceTime
little
would've been
Finsta.
That would have been such a good idea.
The
Like
plastics would have totally had a Finsta account though.
Oh yeah, like spam
yeah.
accounts. Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like
Yeah.
100% private story. Nobody.
Overall thoughts. I feel like if you go into it open-minded, like not thinking about it, it's cute. It's fun. It's something to get your mind off things. I would give it like a solid, like out of 5, I would give it like a 3. I would give it a 3.
Yeah, I agree. Probably like a 3, maybe like a 2.5, where it's like if you go in not expecting like the best movie of the year, it's fun. It's great. It's a good thing. It's like you can like some of the songs are really good. It's like it's just a fun thing to watch, but it's not gonna be like winning any Oscars in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, it's just cute.
Yeah,
it's cute.
I think that the original Mean Girls was so iconic that it's just hard to compete, right? If this was an original storyline, maybe you know it would have been looked at a little bit different. And if you compare it to the other one, 2 out of 5. But if you just go out of it, like go out and just see it just because, and you're not worried about like previous things, I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah, like an overall 3.
2.7.
2 out of 5.
2.7.
Yeah, like I mean, would I watch it again?
No.
Maybe
Possibly.
if it's free somewhere, like free on YouTube.
Yeah,
like, okay.
And it's
my
also,
friends would
actually, I changed my rating. It's a 2 because it's not on any streaming platforms.
Oh yeah.
And it's none of
That's
those.
fair.
Won't be
That's
yet,
very
'cause
fair.
It's new, but
But still, like, it's so hard to even find a clip.
Oh yeah.
Like with like every other movie that just came out, like I'm already seeing like clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
At least like the music segments. I can't rewatch any of it to like recap or anything. So 2.
I say 3.
I'll say 2.5. I'm gonna be nitpicky.
Like
in the middle.
The average. Yeah.
This has been Coog Cinema Reviews.
Thank you so much for watching.
And always remember, on Wednesdays we wear pink.